Now, more than 1,500 people are living in fear of being evicted from a 7,000-hectare piece of land they have occupied for years in Mithini, Ithanga, Murang'a County. Residents say there is a group claiming to be the legal owners of their ancestral land and who have been presenting themselves with some forms of title deeds. The residents highly believe the documents are fraudulent and should be investigated. They are now calling on both the national and the county government to intervene and reward them with title deeds. NTV's Gov't Kimathi has that story.
A breathtaking view of hilly terrain stretches across Mithini village, nestled in Murang'a County, right at the border with Machakos. But beneath this beautiful landscape, now enjoying the quenching relief of the rains, lie somber stories of struggle and uncertainty. Located about 20 kilometers from Makoyo town, the area is characterized by rough terrain and unforgiving rocky paths, with some parts almost impassable. The village appears abandoned, sagging under the weight of poor infrastructure and years of neglect. Peter Mwangi says he has been living in constant fear of being evicted from his 3-acre piece of land for 20 years. He cites rogue militia-like machete-wielding youths and other land cartel gangs coming from outside the region and repeatedly trying to force him and his family off the ancestral land. About 3 weeks ago, one of these groups invaded his compound, digging trenches across his homestead in a calculated act of intimidation.
Sasa kuingia siingili mahali nilikuwa naingilia, napita nyuma ya nyumba. Sababu niko na ng'ombe zangu ziko hapo. Napita ng'ombe nyumba na nyumba. Isije kaingia wapi? Kwa ile mashimo. Sasa sisi hapa tumepitia mengi mabaya. Sababu atafita na hata pita unatumia watu wa kupiga.
Under the shade of a mango tree, we find members of the Mithini squatter community deep in discussion. They have gathered to chart a path forward to reclaim the land they have called home for decades and to fight for one thing they have long been denied: title deeds.
Kesho unaamka unapata kuna watu wanapima kwa shamba yako. Ukienda kuuliza unaambiwa hii shamba si yako, ni ya mtu fulani. Ukiuliza huyo mtu alitoana wapi na hiyo shamba, chifu wanatoka wanakutolea title deed, wanakuambia title deed nasema ni huyu ndiye mwenye shamba. Unauliza kutoka baba yako wazaliwe, kwani huyo mwenye shamba alikuwa wapi? Akukuja kudhireti baba yako ndio adili na hiyo issue. At least ukizaliwa upate kuna shamba.
Mimi naomba tuweze kusaidiwa. Hii serikali iko kwa kiti saa hii, itusaidie tu, isikie maombi yetu, tuweze kupata title deed na sisi tukae na amani.
Priscilla Thuku, a human rights defender and a resident, says that their ancestral land has been lost to faceless private owners who throw out and subjugate genuine squatters who should be gazetted as the true owners of the land. It is still unclear how adjudications, demarcations and titling of these lands were possibly accomplished.
Ninakumbuka wakati alikuja hapo kulaunch maji Kakuku. Alisema ataongea na Aris Wahome atupatie title. Na saa hii ninakukumbusha William Ruto Samoei, tafadhali kama president wetu na sisi utukumbuke kwa njia ya upendo, utupatie title deed. Ili shida za Mithini kupelekwa kotini, kushikwa bure.
In a bold move to amplify their voices and demand justice, the community, led by their chairman, 78-year-old James Mungai, a long-serving human rights activist, has joined the National Coalition of Human Rights Defenders. They're embarking on a symbolic journey called Climb for Justice, a hike designed to raise awareness of their plight and bring attention to the injustices they have suffered.
Ndio nilipanda mlima Mount Kenya. Juu niombe Mungu atusaidie huko, serikali ya Kenya itusaidie na yone sinda zetu tukipanda kwa mlima, unyenyekevu vile tulikuwa nayo kwa mlima, na sinda mingi
In January, Mungai, the oldest climber in the group, joined fellow activists in a preparatory hike to the summit of Elephant Hill in the Aberdare Ranges, an inspiring first step towards their ultimate goal of scaling Mount Kilimanjaro. The activist says the climb is a reminder that the road to justice is steep, often unforgiving, but with unity and determination, no peak is unsurmountable.
It's such a tough experience, but at the same time, it's such a training, personal experience with what it means to persevere, to be resilient, to overcome. And I think those are very critical. Those are the very qualities that human rights defenders in Kenya exhibit because they speak truth to power. They fight violations.
Justice! Doing this for justice!
The activists aim to take 140,000 steps during their 8-day, 96-kilometer round trip to Mount Kilimanjaro in May, even as local residents continue urging both county and national governments to address their long-standing plea for land justice. Margaret Kimathi, NTV.